Good morning, sports card Wild West marketplace collectors, investors, venture hobbyists, flippers, retail chasers, friends, critics. It is Wednesday morning, August 18th, 2021. Thank you guys for being here. Sports Cards Daily, live weekdays. First of all, middle of August, we've been doing this since I believe I started in May, June, July. Is that correct? It's pretty fun. I'm enjoying it. I really am. I really appreciate people who watch live with me and those people who come in and watch later and I get contact, get messages from. I really, really appreciate it. Today, we're going to talk about some hobby news and we'll go through some videos and some content and just kind of share. So big news yesterday in the hobby. I did a reveal on my Color Blast cards. I know you're thinking the whole PWC thing and what's this other company, eBay? We'll mention that in a minute. But for me, the big thing in the hobby yesterday was I opened up 20 Color Blasts NFTs, which was just absolutely the most thrilling thing I've done in a long time. Ripping wax, virtual wax, whatever you call it. Boy, was it fun. I mean, I had 3 Lucas, 1 Zion, 1 LeBron. That's 25% of the cards were just fire. Then I had 3 Tatums, which are freaking great, 2 Ant-Mans, another third. So 50% of those packs were absolute lit when you think about that. 10 of 10. And then I had like 2 Kawhis, and I have 2 Beals, and I have a Quickly and I love them. I love them. Maybe I'll show them to you. But there was also the big news in eBay and PWC. I will talk about that real quickly before I kind of jump into the slides and stuff. The tabs. And I also got to try to stay to my 30-minute show this morning. Honestly, my first thought is, okay, why is no one talking about alt anymore? I really mean that. Like, as soon as the PWC news hit, everybody I knew on YouTube had a video up talking about PWC getting banned from eBay. Everybody had a video up. And what was really funny was, as you know from yesterday, is that if you waited long enough, then eBay had a response. I mean, not eBay, PWC had a response, which is basically to eBay. I mean, it was fighting words. When companies come, when the words that were said yesterday, them fighting words. In fact, I forgot to check out Paul over here and see what Paul is thinking about all this. We should check Paul out. We'll do this together when I pull you guys into the content section of this. Paul is the legal lawyer who follows the hobby activity. He's going to have some interesting things to say. I do recommend taking a look at that. I'm going to read comments, man. I'll get distracted if I pay attention to comments. So anyway, I was surprised that, again, no one had really a good answer because everybody answered early on the one side of the story. No one waited to the end of the day really to report. I think there were a few people kind of reported, and really a lot of speculation. Like I listened to Northeast Ohio and Dakota talking about it, and again, all we were doing is speculating. Everybody was speculating, but some things that I want to continue to stress. And I heard that I guess Jeff said this as well in his Instagram channel. eBay's a public company, billion-dollar public company. We just see our little world of, well, we're the big world because we're sports cards and they do $2 billion in revenue. And that is important to them. Don't get me wrong, but they do a lot of revenue. Their name, what they're doing as a company, huge. I mean, remember they cut off PayPal recently, right? They just said PayPal, get away. They have no problem shedding off things that people think, well, they need this company. This company and them need each other. They don't need anything, man. They're a big company, public company, and they have an army of lawyers. So my other point to that is if they did what they did, and which they did, they said, look, we are kicking them off for shield building. Let me give you just a technology view into this, right? They probably have technical proof of the shield bidding. What I mean by that, it's not just a speculation, like somebody saying, well, how do they know this? How do they stop somebody from doing this? I'm not talking about I list something in PWC and then I go to my sister's account in another place and try to get all cool and I use that to bid it up. They're not going to detect that. I agree. But what they can detect is what we refer to as behaviors of pattern, right? So for example, maybe they've seen me go to my sister's house every Saturday and bid up items. And maybe I'm also an employee, I'm saying? They're looking for pattern of activity. And then they have digital evidence to prove this. And there's a lot of ways you can do digital evidence. So I'm going to bet that big bad eBay has a pretty damn good case and a pretty good reason why they just said to PwC, we caught you shill bidding. Now, a couple things. Everybody's like, well, what about this people? What about these people? I think everybody else should be on notice that, hey, eBay, if they catch you or suspect that, whatever, you'll probably get kicked off too. And I'm not going to list names of who that could be, but anybody should think about that. And that's great. eBay has to do this because, again, they're feeling pressure. It's not from PWCC, right? It's from Whatnot. Whatnot is bringing in, and I'm not even using Whatnot. I just listened to the video and did some research after listening on Saturday night on Jeremy's show, by the way. Their trusted platform, easy transactions is a huge value plus, and eBay's aware of that. So they need to clean things up. So I'm not surprised by the PwC thing. In fact, most of you should not, because you know that there's issues. In fact, I want to point out Market Movers, right, which I do use Market Movers. It's always had the ability to filter out PwCC data. I mean, from the beginning, it's like, oh, if you don't want the PwCC data, just press this button and you can exclude those sales. Why? Because a lot of true collectors in the hobby would always discount if it was on those platforms for selling. That was the auction house. So, and that's been there because, again, there's been proof in the past, right? There's a history of no trust. And I go back to alt. I guess what bothers me here is that alt is just the next PwCC, right? We're going to forget all about alt. Okay, they stole some data. It's not a bad thing. Hey, you see what PwC said that they got kicked out. So right now, alt inks and somehow think about this. What if alt inks a deal with eBay right now, and they're able to launch vaulting to eBay? It would look like a slick ass move, right? I mean, then you basically just push PwCC out. Alt comes in, they have the business, and I'm sitting there going, do you guys forget about alt and the privacy data breach? And that's kind of what bothers me, man. It really does. So those are my thoughts on it. I don't really care what happens moving forward. I just don't. I don't care. I like eBay. I think they're more critical to the hobby than PwCC is, but I don't care. I'm not worried about eBay going away. I continue to use eBay. I'm not worried about PwCC going away. I don't think they will, and I don't use PwCC. So that's how I feel about that. Now, the alt thing, I wish we would talk more about that. And I'll just point out, again, you're going to hear 5 years from now, alt's going to do something shady. Like, here's another interesting, thank you for reminding me this. In Dakota's conversation yesterday, he does mention briefly about alt. Now, him and Nia both didn't talk about alt, and they said they didn't talk about it because they don't use it. Now, look, I understand that, but I still think you guys could talk about it, right? You could talk about just what people could do, should do. You still get a good opinion in the hobby. And I appreciate what you did say. Dakota said that he had read a string, I forget it was on Blowout Forums or something like that, about how the founder of alt acquired some of his Kobe Bryants. And it wasn't positive. I didn't read this string. That's basically all Dakota said. I said, please send it to me. I'd love to read it and investigate more. Maybe you know more, but just think about that. Okay? There's just a lot of people in this hobby who have a lot of money. And again, I know I sound like the naysayer, the negative. It just got to be aware of this. Just beware. There's a lot of shady people who do anything they can to take advantage of the hobby. On the other side, man, I had a great time yesterday with my NFTs. Okay, let's go ahead and pop into some news and comments. I'll come back out and read the comments from everybody in the audience. Here's this is the only news in Sports Collectors Daily, really. And there's other things, but it talks about the shield building, defamation or defamatory responses. So we'll see what goes on there. I suspect there will be legal action taken, right? I'll even say this. I suspect people who bought through the firm will now sue or claim they want, money back or whatever. I don't know. You could see that happen too. So this is going to be a cluster. Let's go real quickly and look at Gator. Okay, what's he got? Looks like actually able to accomplish something during my gap year. Anything up here on this? Oh, this is his little GIF on the PwC email. So this is a guy definitely worth following. I do recommend that. He'll have some comment. I don't know if he'll get involved. I'm sure you'll hear if anything happens, breaking news, anything becomes public, he can, he will share if he can. I know that. Like, if it's a public document, this man will let you know what's going on, whether it's from Panini or Topps or, PwCC and eBay. He's covered there. Just checking out other things going on. You'll look at that in a moment. Look at that card right there. Man, I just think these things are so damn cool. I got 3 of those last night, and one of mine is minted 76. One off the jersey number. Like, huge difference there between a 76 and a 77. One off the freaking jersey number. Oh, that is a PC item, baby. Selling any of my Luka, honest with you. I love Luka. Like, not love, but I have feelings for Luka. Okay, here we go. Topps releases it's a Q2 earnings raises for the quarter. So let's look at this at a high level. To be honest, I'm just reading this right now. I haven't heard anything about the potential lawsuit to stop this from happening. Net sales increased 77% to 212 million. Right, net income increased. For Q, okay. Net sales increased. What's the price rising to? Sports entertainment, digital, right? How much was in digital? Did they break out digital? I don't see them breaking out digital. Because that would have been basically the Topps NFTs. They have so much room to grow here, guys. So much room to grow if they could just execute properly. Okay, I'm not going to read this, and I'm not going to leave it all up here for you to read. So you guys check this out. But the second earnings release, what I will say I looked at was over here. What are we doing pre-market? Is it going to go up? I think pre-market's up a few cents. Pre-market. So, see, but it's still flat compared to what it was at $17. You know? Or what else can we show? Oh, we'll snapshot market movers. We always do that. Let's just take a look at how my little index of cards I'm following are doing. Wow, they're just doing stellar. Look, 0, 0, 0, 0, straight down the board. That optic raw is picking up. And Luke is down. Okay. It's like Luke lost everything in one night. Very sad, very sad. Okay. What else did I want to show down here? Okay. Oh, Daily Hobby. All right. Do you recommend this? It's Sports Collectors Daily is a great place to start, but also check out the Daily Hobby. You'll find articles here, CPWC banned, Monster Babe Ruth hit. So it's just, again, it's aggregating data, hobby news, product news, which I really like. They have the checklist there for Chrome. That's really great. Again, if you're doing that, that's awesome to know. Sports Collectors Daily, absolute football breakdown. This is a great site, man. Really great site, guys. In many ways, the best site for pulling all this data together for you. I need to get it earlier or read this stuff later. And Ty and the Bench Clear guys keep pulling this together, man. Let me know if I can do anything to help or assist. I just think it's awesome. I think I don't have any Topps drops. That Migo stuff's still out there. Ace and Gary. The Ace and Gary show. Come on, Ace. Come on, Gary. I just think these things are funny. Okay, let's leave Ace and Gary alone. Star Stock. I did a video on Star Stock and selling on Star Stock. I think I posted it for later this week. Maybe I'll move it to tonight and then move the parody I have for tonight to tomorrow night. Like my parents' $20 investment on football, and how Panini ruined it. Just ruined it for me. Yes, I really liked last night or yesterday. Big card. What do women think of collecting sports cards and comics? This was freaking great. He had his wife. He interviewed her and got her perspective basically on what does she see from her view. Like, one of them I think was great was he asked her about grading and name a grading company, and she said PSA. And he just almost see that even my wife knows the name PSA, and that's a very, very strong point. Like, for example, if she was going to go to the store and the guy at the store said, "Well, you're going to get your husband a card. Can I recommend a PSA?" She'd be like, "Yes, PSA. That's the one I remember hearing." Right? That resonates. That's powerful. That's brand. It's like Supreme. It's like Lucky Jeans. It's like Fairlife Milk. None of these are sponsors. None of those. I just thought it'd be funny to list those. I like Fairlife Milk. Breakout cards. This is a great video. After the Honus Wagner video, right, the 6.6 million, he points out that wasn't a rookie card. And he talks about these other cards are not rookie cards, but have immense value and why they're significant in the hobby. Excellent, excellent, excellent video, guys. Also, real quickly, if you're paying attention, Breakout is looking for a sponsor, someone who will be a paid sponsor, right, that he will advertise and promote when he goes to card shows around the country on his what's this thing called channel, all that stuff. He's looking for a sponsor. I would highly recommend him. I can't afford to sponsor him, but again, he does a lot of great stuff for the hobby. He does spot and fake slabs. He goes to the card shows, and he puts out great content like this. So, if you know of anybody who'd be a good sponsor, consider that. Another good video I saw yesterday. I really like this. I've been following Scotty B. I get a lot of people who recommend him. I always feel, I say it as it is. He does this video on opening a card store, and I really like it because I realized at the end he says he's out of it, and I don't remember why he got out of it. I don't know if it failed, if he sold it to somebody, if he just walked away, and I missed that part. And I really, really would want to see what I don't know. Did I miss something, guys? Anybody else know what happened? Why he left? But I'm from the beginning, early on, saying, "Wow, this is the problem I have right now. Is that everybody thinks they can go open up a card store. Everybody thinks they can go open a grading company. Everybody thinks they can." Just do anything they want to anybody can break, right? Anybody can break, grade, open a store. But when things change, those are going to hurt. And I think it's great that he kind of lays out here the cons, the downtime, slow start, people bargaining, missing weekends, working in the hobby and the industry I love. I've always said this, right? This is why I love the hobby, because it's my hobby. It's fun for me, right? If this was my living, it wouldn't be quite as much fun for me. It would be a grind. It would probably like strangle the enjoyment of the hobby out of it for me. And that's just the way I feel about it. So I did like this video. Again, I would stress, if you're going to open a store or breaking, you need allocations. Look in allocations. If you have allocations, you are in a good spot. If you don't have allocations, if you're just going to the distributor and getting the scraps that he leaves and tells you that are great, great hits, be careful. Things are going to change, guys. I still, everybody has these rose-colored rainbow glasses on. I know I do when it comes to Panini NFTs. I think they're the best things in sliced bread, and I know I'm blinded by that. I mean, it's ridiculous, right? It's not the truth. Okay, anything else I want to hit on over here? Can't think of anything. Did watch a lot of good content this week or yesterday. I really did. I really did enjoy. Look at these. Look at these beautiful. Look at these. Anthony Davis. I got 2 of those. 3 Tatums. A Lillard. Sandy, stop barking at the neighbor. Anthony Davis. Look at this one right here. Here he is. Groot, quiet. 76 to 500. I just think that's so damn cool. I don't mean to bore you with this. I just think, again, I think they're damn cool. One, there's LeBron, there's Beal, Ant-Man. Quickly, Ant-Man, Tatum, Zion, Luka, Harden, Luka, Beal, Tatum, quickly, or Maxey, Leonard. There's my Beal to 10. Just very pleased with those. Real quickly, IO's out. I saw Personal Finance Dad, not Personal Finance Dad. Brad did a video on this, which I thought to myself, very interesting that he doesn't tell you he's doing it until after he does it. And he wasn't successful at it. I would have liked a little, I don't know. I try to share with you guys what I'm getting into. I share with you what I'm doing. I don't know. And I also thought it was a little interesting. Brad didn't reach out to me and talk to me about NFTs because, anyway, Brad, I see what you're doing there, buddy. Today is the drop for this. I'll be honest, man. It's a little deep water today. I don't think I'll be getting into this drop. You got to have, those are the aftermarket ones you can buy on. Today at 3 o'clock, the 250, a 250, a 500, and a 750. And these are their last drops today. So they're pretty deep water. 250 is a lot of money. Now, if you bought this, would it sell for more? At this point, it seems to all sell for more. Here's Brady, for example. Like these things, look at this. This started at 12. It's at $200 something right now. Let's see if I can find it. Where's the Brady's? Yeah, see the 5,000 or $210. And I don't know. I just know this is one of those things where early in, you might yesterday. So that's my wrap on the NFT stuff. I don't want to belabor that. I'll go ahead and check out the chat and see what people are thinking. Let's see. Good morning. Woohoo! First, thank you for being here. Teddy, thank you for being here, man. PwC's news is great. And true long-term investor. I don't disagree with you on that. I mean, I do think it's great because it will force change in the marketplace. And it also verifies that there's some people, right? The only policing we're going to see is self-policing. eBay had to do that. PwC is not going to face any issues. They're going to sue. They're both going to go back and forth. There's no law enforcement that's going to step in and do anything. Nobody's facing time. So it's good for the hobby in many ways. Morning. I got a Lillard, 2 Lucas, one of the each Jokic, Trey, Zion. I got 2 rookie cards also, Edwards and Halliburton. Halliburton, that's a nice one. I would have liked the Halliburton. Again, I'm just stoked. I love those things, man. Those were so much fun to open. Michael, I'm not yours this morning. Morning, congrats on those NFT pulls. Thank you very much. Thank you. I will also say, I did also open up my gold vinyls last night. I did. I was happy with joy and glee in my life for a lot of wonderful reasons going on. And I was like, let's pull these packs too. We went on fire. And I opened up one of them. And one of them was a very good card. It was an NBA All-Star. It was Paul George. So I got the 1/1 Paul George. But then I also pulled a Marquise Morris. Not quite as good. That was kind of disappointing. So I thought I'd share that. I'm still getting over that. Good morning, Nats, man. Good morning, Emily. PwC's comments was written by Sergeant Schultz. I know nothing. Yes, I know nothing. There's nothing going on. Morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's great to see everybody, man. eBay definitely has the data. Yep, they do. And they have amazing platform and a lot of money. The same poop happened at Ultimate Bet, Poker Scandal. Some users, here's another thought. Everybody's like, well, maybe they'll reduce their fees. If they reduce their fees to 9%, would that make you all happy? I mean, I don't really complain about the fees. The fees are the fees with eBay, right? I complain more about dealing with people who are shill bidding or return stuff or don't follow through. That bothers me more. But I don't mind the fees. If I sell it, I accept the fact I'm paying the fees, right? It is what it is. What makes me spend money I don't have. It's easy to buy into a break, really. See, that's one thing I'll say. That's the one thing I don't like about Loop and about Whatnot is I do feel like they've really maximized the value or the profit off breaks. And again, I've always been a guy who came from breaking where you break with friends or you break with allocated breakers. You're not breaking at the highest premium price, and I can see that can be a slippery slope. So I understand, especially coming from a guy who just went on a pack rip last night and ripped, a lot of NFT stuff, which again, I'm very pleased with. Marquise Morris. I thought I had a Luca. I really did. I thought Luca was in my pack. Read about the alt string. I'll find it. Okay, please do. Please. I made it into the live stream. You did, man. Welcome to be here. Man, if I was in person selling high-end cards and buying them, I wouldn't do anything till the dust settles. I think we all know about while you think it is eBay so long to act on this. I think we all knew this. Why do you think it took? So why do I think it took so long? I'll tell you why. Because I do think eBay might have turned a cheek to it in the past, right? They've even admitted, when Columbo's been on shows about that they've seen more value, they're paying more attention, they've made changes to eBay. Like I think somewhere at some point, 2 years ago, a year ago, somebody said, look, let's fix the marketplace. Let's change this into a better, safer, secure space. They looked at everything that's going on, and they started that, right, with changing the buyer-seller policies, changing the enforcement of using the term PSA, right? The labeling enforcement they've done in that. All that is to make the platform in many ways more secure, to clean up the data, to make it a better platform. They're not meant to do anything negative in that. But I also think they also said to some team, probably a cybersecurity team, I want you guys who get me evidence of shill bidding. And they gave them a year, 6 months, whatever it was. And they came back, I think, with some hard evidence. I'm just making a wild ass guess on this too. And that evidence, like, look, here it is. And eBay said, now we have proof, right? Now we're cleaning up things. You've already done this, this, and this. And now we're going to take action. That's what I think probably happened in my wild opinion. I tweeted you the link. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. Before any of these YouTubers endorse a company or service, they should do the research. Sleeping dogs. I agree with that. And that's hard to do. I will also say because so many people are just so focused on building their channel and making money, and they want to get the subscribers, and they want an advertiser. And an advertiser calls, says, "Hey, I'll give you $500. You do this commercial." Like, well, sure, I'll do 500. Hey, you're a company. They're not going to sit there and research the company. They're just not. They should, and you'd like them to. That's great, but I'd be naive to think it happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can think of one specific company. I don't know much about their background, but I know they do a lot of advertising, and I don't think anybody looks them up. I'll even say too, I'm even guilty of the sense that I've done some research too that I will be talking about in a video that I didn't see happening. That kind of was right underneath my nose, and it's not. I don't look at it as it's horrible, but I can see how it can be misunderstood, and there's too much of that going on in the hobby too, right? Too much, and this is why I will say. I want to always stress that I want my independence. I don't want sponsoring or endorsing stuff. If I'm using it, I'll tell you why I'm using it. But if Panini came in and said, "Hey, we're going to give you a bunch of free packs to open your channel," I'd say, "No, thank you, Panini." Now, I'd love to help them build out their community and be a supporter of them, kind of like a moderator and a voluntary moderator, or whatever that is. I think that's great and a great way we can do stuff. I'm getting text messages, not from my boss yet. Okay. Good morning, all. Did I answer that? Good morning, all. Hope you have a great day. Good morning, Brad. I have to get off here so you can get on and do your show, man. Did all the data tools and comps take out PwC comps? I don't know. I'm sure Card Ladder would argue that they probably did what's it called? Purgatory PwC things. I don't know. I know Market Movers has the ability to exclude all PwC auction data. When do you think PSA will reopen at regular submissions again? 18 months. That's my thought. I think it's like January 23. Sad to say. Now, here's what I would do, by the way, if I was them. I had a suggestion for this because I heard Nat, Tigers and Bronze, not really saying anything. And he said, we appreciate the collector, the set collector, blah, blah, blah. First of all, somebody should make a set registry right now. They really should. I don't know what hasn't been done. Make a set registry, take away some business. Build a fun, exciting set registry that I want to go do with my kids, and I want to put together the set and have it all slabbed with your company. Do that and make a set registry. Okay. Second thing, man, I cannot see this morning. If I was them, I would say, look, here's what we're going to do. We're going to offer a collector's submission. You have to send it yourself. You can't go through subbers, so you have to send it yourself. All the cards have to be base cards of the set that you're sending, of the same set, so you can't mix it. So if you're completing the Prism 12 set, I want all Prism 12 base cards. No rookies are allowed to be submitted. Only base cards, and cards must be under value of $50 in market value, right? So send those all to me, and we'll get them graded for you. We're going to slab them up. We're going to use those in our, to get the, and I wouldn't maybe I would tell them this would be the one I use for my junior graders, right? I would just use this for them. Like every night, I want you guys to do 25 of the PSA registry sets before you leave today, right? That's kind of their lesson or whatever. But my point is, do that and give a turnaround time of 24 or 12 to 18 months. If you just did that, collectors like myself would be, man, that's awesome. And do it at a fair price, like $10 a card or something like that, $12, $15 a card. I would send in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, probably every month. I continue sending them because I feel like, hey, in 12 or 18 months from now, I will start getting back my collection for my PC. See what I'm saying? If you did that PSA, this is freaking, I'm just giving you genius idea here. The reason, again, keep it one flat price. So don't incentivize me to send you 500. Just say, look, you're a collector. You send them in individually, right? We'll take in 10 to 20 a month from you, right? And they have to end this value. If you set that standard, you would appease so many collectors in the hobby at PSA. Conversely, if you're competing against PSA, open a set registry. That's genius idea right now. I don't know why. Is someone paying attention to me? You do you, boo. That's right, man. Scotty B is an honest guy. He is. And that's what I'm saying. At the end, why did he walk away from the store? Did the store fail? Did he sell it to somebody? I didn't get that because he looked like he put a lot of hard time in getting it going. And then he does talk about at the end, all the cons, and he left the store. So I missed that, Teddy. Did you? I'm going to listen to that again. Scotty B never mentioned why in the video. Interesting. I mean, come on, dude. You leave me with a cliffhanger like that? It's tough to open a card store with no allocation to card companies. Also, pre-existing social profile and online businesses of breaking helps. It does, that's what I'm saying. But what I would do is, why would you open a physical store? There's no reason to open a physical store, guys, except for you're getting allocation from Upper Deck or one of the manufacturers to make you have a physical store. If you're not doing that, run it at home. Do your kitchen basement breaking business. It's a cheaper. Even that I think will be in jeopardy in the long run. But don't open an overhead store because you think it'll be fun and people will come out and hang out with you. That's not a good idea to do. Overhead's a bitch. Thank you, brother, for the plug. I actually shocked that she knew as much PSA she knows. We grew up buying. I do not like PSA, but they built their exactly, dude. By the way, that's a big card in the house right there. Check out his channel. Great content. Really enjoyed it. And looking forward to some collaborations with you and to helping build your channel, building your channel out, man. But I love that video with your wife. It was awesome. Is it impolite for me to say I thought that was your daughter? And I mean that in the nicest way. I really do sincerely hope. Hopefully you take that in a kind way. Your wife just is very young. Or appears very young. I'll just shut up. It could be late 2022, early. I agree. And I don't think it's about caught up. They're not going to be caught up, okay? They're not going to be caught up. They're always going to get pummeled with more stuff. That's fine. But I do think there's a path where they could make collectors happy. Zaggy, thanks for joining Monday night. Zaggy! Oh, my goodness. I believe MM allowed you to manually filter. It did. It did let you. It still does. I could show it to you if you want me to, but we're not going to do that. Card stores are hard to run. Product order insanity high. Yep. In fact, here's one of the other things I think he mentions too is that you have to be there. It's hard to find work. Like you think, well, I'll find a kid who'll come in and work for me for 4 hours, and you go home for those 4 hours. You're trying to get something done with your own kids, and the kid's calling you because something happened in the store. Somebody came with a comp. It's not something you can just separate yourself from. I guess I could Prestige Prism Draft Cricket if you ever got an allocation. Yeah, you probably would. You would get the college stuff. That's the thing, and they'd screw you with the college. Pretty sure Brad buys subscribers. At least he's hot and look at. Yeah, I don't know. It definitely is an attractive man. I'm not going to argue. It definitely confirms to me that I really like women. Like Brad would be terrible to go out with. I'd be like wingman's wingman. I'd be like, are you his bodyguard for the night? Or are you his, yeah. Breakers have destroyed most stores. They're also internet platforms. They want to pay price. Well, I don't say they've destroyed it, but they've fed off it a little too much. Again, anybody can become a breaker, and it's easy to get a box of Prism for $20 and then sell it in a break for $100 because people pay an exorbitant amount thinking they're getting a deal because they don't pay as much. I mean, that's the one hustle in breaking is that I don't like when they buy a $20 box and they go to eBay and go, well, it's going for 120, so I'm going to set up in a break for 100. That way you guys are saving $20. And the breakees, the people in there are like, well, I know I'm getting raped, but okay, I've got $5. I'll take a shot at maybe getting a card that's good. And it's just a slippery slope. Ziggy, yes. How did your bits do this morning in the Target card sales? I was in the Target card sales. I think it's too Ziggy you're talking to. Hey, Pepino Man, I sent you an email. I hope you got that. I would love to get your address. I'd like to get your address before everything I have disappears. Random question for those in the chat. If you order 100 different singles from ComC, must add top loaders. Is it a must to add top loaders on all cards? It depends on if you want them to. I don't. I seldom have them add top loaders because most of the time I'm taking cards down. They're cheap cards I'm taking from them. If it was an expensive card, I would probably top load it, but I don't take down 100 expensive top loaded cards. Great, Sandy, calm down. I always have. But Pino Man, love your checklist, the top set. Found maybe bringing the card. Yep, I love Pepino Man. Check him out. I got so bad they had enough discovery. Do you have top 10 wax to have? Do you have a top 10 wax set? I don't. I don't. I would say, in my opinion, the best wax to have is Prism Basketball and Bowman Hobby, Bowman Draft, Chrome, Bowman Baseball to me. Bowman Baseball, Prism Basketball, the two best products that I'd hodl and put away and not worry about. I could be happy opening that 10 years from now and be like, it's no problem. Football, I would be concerned about. Football can go is like a white wine, right? You can store red wine for 20 years and come out and be, man, this grape tastes even better. That is what Bowman Baseball and Prism Basketball to me. Okay, you say the same thing about like Topps Chrome products and stuff like that too. But football is a white wine. It can be delicious white wines, but if you save them too long, they all turn to vinegar. And Personal Finance said, if you listen to that, that's perfect for your mom. her wine channel and I talk about when we do a collaboration on ripping a box and having wine. Probstein is changing his address for shill bidders. It could be a lot of things. I don't know. Do you think some cards sell better in lower grades? I don't know. I don't know. How do you? How I still do it? I shop online. Yep, I agree. Mostly in person. I agree. Mostly in person is a great thing. At card shops, at card stores, you get better deals. People want to be nice to you. They'll give you better deals. Good morning, y'all. Much love. Thanks, Tom, for joining. I support you, Ziggy. Thank you, Card Dude. Really appreciate that, man. There are more stories. PwC isn't just shill bidding. eBay is a billion-dollar business. You don't have to get your head of government agencies about. Yeah, there's a lot of. I agree with you. eBay's a publicly traded company, right? They are a publicly traded company. They have too much to risk. I think it's just served business relationship that the shilling accusations are disguised. I don't think I don't think there's that type of shadiness or they're trying to get at them because they're opening their own marketplace and they're jealous. I don't think eBay's like that. They're not petty. They're not emotional. It's not one person at eBay. It's run by a board. It's run by the investors. What's up, Shane? Great to see you. eBay lives a glass house. They do, but at the same time, sometimes you got to break down the glass and you got to put up some bricks. Next up, eBay chopping block. I haven't said the name because I don't want to say it, but you're very astute. Can someone explain me how people blowing thousands on breaks and buying sealed retail racks from flippers, how they afford it? They're chasing big hits. They might have gotten big hits. I know some of the big guys. I used to follow a guy who used to just buy all the big breaks, and he was just pounding stuff. But he was able to sell some of the big hits to cover his prediction. I do think eventually it catches up to you. I really do. I also think some of the breakers have friends that buy on their behalf, right? So breakers need to close the breaks, so they'll have one or two buyers that say, look, if the break isn't filled by this time, go ahead and buy those spots and I'll cover you. So they basically probably give a discount to that guy who buys it, and if the big hit comes, the breaker and the person buying it probably split it. This is a complete assumption. I have no proof or evidence of this. I've only heard speculation about that. But I think there's another thing that keeps some of the breakers going. And there's some breakers I really like that I've always wondered how they get their breaks full. But it is what it is. I know, for example, some other breakers will discount to fill the breaks at the end. So they'll get them filled, right? More people should be on eBay than did on PwC. Groot is in the house. eBay is one of the biggest reasons to be in the hobby. I agree. I absolutely agree. I mean, if it wasn't for eBay, guys, if it wasn't for eBay, we'd be screwed. I'm not going to lie to you. And everybody's like, eBay sucks. But if eBay just stopped doing it, if eBay came out and said, we're not doing baseball cards and basketball cards and anything anymore, I'd be sitting there going, and I don't sell a lot on eBay, but we use eBay. It's a critical piece of infrastructure. Because then who would be your authoritative comp if eBay wasn't there? Let me ask you that. Who would you then trust as your authoritative comp? There's a little difference between shield bidding and getting reserve prices for your auction. I just went all out in a box of 3 company wax and Dallas wax bug. That's pretty cool, man. That's very cool. Come and knock on my door. We've been waiting for you. Da 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 da. Three's Company 2. PwC already under investigation. I guess this is speculation. It's always been a shady company. I agree. That's what I'm saying. It's not a surprise to many of us in this hobby that these guys were called out. Even Jeff at Sports Card Investor had a button that said exclude PWCC data because he knew that he doesn't pay attention to their data, right? We look for more pure, but I've applauded him the fact that he gives you access to the data and he lets you decide. Now he did, like he said in his video, he has a partnership with PWCC and a partnership with eBay, which means they are paid sponsors. There's business money there. He probably puts them in an awkward position. It is what it is. Do I blame him for it? Hey, it is what it is. He's a businessman. I feel he's transparent about it. I will say again, this is why I don't want to get stuck with any affiliate programs. How many people do you are going to fly out of PwC and get their cards? I think a lot will. But I also think, again, PWCC has a lot of money. They just took in, $100 million of merchandise at the National. So a lot of people are invested there. It's not going to happen easily. So I'm sure they'll do something to incentivize people to keep their stuff there. I also concern myself, again, we keep splintering this market. There's all these different disparate marketplaces now without the ability to cross-sell. There's a good opportunity there to use, by the way, an NFT selling platform. This is another great idea, right? We got all these different marketplaces. We need to have the owners of certain valued collectibles register them with an NFT redemption program. So they basically show proof of ownership. I have this item, right? It's a box of 86 Fleer. I've got the certification code or whatever on it, or it's a graded card. Here's a cert. I'd get a picture, it'd be created into an NFT and published to the blockchain, and you'd have that NFT. And then you could sell that NFT on the marketplace as a redemption. Say, hey, you want to buy this box? Buy this NFT, put it on the marketplace. And then people could buy the NFT, right? And at some point, they could redeem it. Hey, I want you to now ship me the box. And then you would actually do the shipping. But they could also flip it. They could take the 86 Fleer box and hold the NFT, and you'd retain custody of that. Dude, do you think that's pretty cool? Are you guys following me? I'm just on fire this morning. Boom! I'm going to write some of these down. I mean, that one I've had in my mind for a while. I think I've been talked about it. Okay. Man, 29 people listening. I hope that made sense there. Like I said, we gave some good tips this morning, and I'll go back and rewind later and write down my own notes, okay? Registry, remember that one? The PSA, set collecting deal, and the blockchain viral redemption. These are winners, guys. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Another idea I have, too, is I want to, the movie Wild Card on Netflix about the baseball card industry? I want to do an updated movie. Right? I'm looking back at, I've documented over a year and a half, every day pretty much, of the hobby, right? I've done that. And some other people have too. I like to collaborate, guys. If anybody's out there who's in the movie making, I'd like to do a movie, an updated documentary on the last year and a half from the collector, from our perspective. I don't want some freaking movie company coming in here telling me about, oh, here's what we saw, man. Let's tell it from our perspective. Let's talk about the rise and change, the data tools, the collaboration, some channels that boomed, some channels that didn't. Man, this is good stuff. So anybody out there interested in doing that with me, reach out and let's talk. A lot of projects I got in mind. Yeah, Sasha T has not had a video out in a while. That's another great, again, you can weave the Sasha T story right into this documentary, right? It's all out there. Okay, I got to go. That's the get off the damn. Peace, guys. Have a great day. Reach out. Let's talk more.